What is going on, ladies and gentlemen, my dear collective, my family out here? I got some things I gotta clear the air on because I felt like last night was like it for me. Like I couldn't take it anymore, and I had to take some notes. I had to look up some things to clarify and specify and bring up some statistics. So I work for a university, and last night we had a meeting. More of a presentation of sexual harassment. Okay, now the presenter, um, bless her heart, kind of, sort of, because like she had an agenda. I seen the agenda under the guise of some things, hence why part of this video. Because like I'm thinking about titling this video like, where are we going? Like, where are we going with this? But yeah, as I get into it, it was a sexual harassment presentation, and to even start it off, she started off gender biased. No, she didn't start gender biased. She started off personally biased, and like it wasn't even personally biased because like she started off at 2018, in which nobody in the room knew at 2018 that was right after when the Me Too movement got started. The Me Too movement got started October 17th, 2017. October 2017. I'm sorry, not October 17th, not the day, but October 2017. So when naturally the boom went into effect in 2018. So of course you're going to start at 2018, number one, because that's the boom. That's the peak of everything. So like, yeah, so you're gonna start there. Okay. I kept quiet throughout the whole entire presentation because I didn't want to exceed it any longer than what it had to be. As grueling as it was. So she started off with that. She was like, "Oh well, 2018 was just like yesterday for me." No, when you're covering facts of essay, you need the facts. You need recent. You need the progression of time. You can't look at 1 year and think, okay, we're gonna go by this year. Yeah. No. No, and the fact that I was able to look all this information up within half an hour, 45 minutes. Half an hour, 45 minutes. And have credible sources. She didn't have any sources. Like, she didn't have any list of sources whatsoever. What type of presenter are you? You're in this position? And she even teaches, she even does these slides and presentations for children, which also concerns me. I believe it's for like uni high and a women's group or some sort. I don't remember specifically. I was told, but I don't remember. But I know she does these presentations at uni high, and if you're gonna do this, especially if you're doing presentations for children, statistically you need to be precise and correct and current on all information. You can't pick out a year that's beneficial to the subject matter. That doesn't do any justice or do just course of equality for that matter. And if this is supposed to be like a presentation for a university and she's going from time clock to time clock doing this presentation, that's a problem. That's poisoning even further a broken system. And like getting into it even further, like the gender bias was shined throughout the whole entire presentation. Like she had was it one or two videos? I think it was a one video. And yeah, naturally the guy was the predator, this, that, what have you, and showing the narrative, showing a basic narrative. And like she kept reiterating, I love the fact that she kept reiterating throughout the whole presentation, oh yeah, men go through this too. You know what I mean? But I'm showing women, but men go through this too. And the problem I have with that We got this whole entire presentation of everything. Besides, I'm gonna kick the ballistics here in a minute. The United States, because I paid like 2.5 pages of information here. The United States is a heavy visual culture. So the fact that you kept reiterating this in your presentation doesn't mean jack squat. Because just because you're saying it, it's not meaning anything if they're not seeing it. Like, you're not showing any visuals of female predators when men are actually victims of sexual assault, or not sexual assault, sexual harassment. I'm sorry, just sexual harassment. And naturally, men are, even by society bias of where, we soft if we report it. Why are you reporting it? You know what I mean? How are you uncomfortable? Like, even the harassment I'm going through currently, I'm not being believed about anything because I'm a man. And my complaints are against the woman. Suffice it to say, with a Napoleon complex. Ridiculous. But so kicking the statistics with heavy visual culture. First, media, communications. That's automatic. That's given. It's video, TikTok, whatever. You know what I'm saying? That's comms and media. Cognitive learning and style. That's education. And the U.S. trends reflect that. Suffice it to say. And visual aids and are standard learning tools in schools and businesses. Clearly. With her presentation, it was a visual presentation. So by you saying men go through this too, but yet you're not showing anything that's equating to what a male might go through. So if you're showing this to a young boy, and how else is he to interpret what that looks like? If you're teaching this to young children, how can young boys get a visual interpretation of that? That's my problem. I also have with her presentation, and I don't know how long she's been doing this, but that needs to stop quick. Or where she needs to get retrained or something. Even with advertising, that's given. U.S. is hyper visual, and then we got digital culture, digital age, baby, everything. So visual. So by her saying, "Oh yeah, men go through this too," throughout the whole entire, that doesn't mean anything. Just because you're saying, you're not showing anything. Even to go even further, she's not even kicking any male ballistics. No statistics for men whatsoever. None. All women. And her statistics were wrong. She said 78% in 2018. No, that's quite wrong. I don't know where you're getting your facts, ma'am. No, because in 2018 it was she was kind of right. 78.2. And then it started increased in 22. It went from 78.2 to 83.7. 83.7, and it continued there to 23. These are the numbers. I have no problem stating these numbers. It doesn't look well, it doesn't sound well. And then naturally, from the male perspective, in 2018 it went from 21.8 to it increased to 22 in 20, but then it diminished down to a 16.3 by 23. And I can tell you why that is, because it's a man expressing sexual harassment. There are not enough men taking seriously about sexual harassment in the workplace. And men are not going to cherry pick, suffice to say, like women are. Not about every little thing. We're going to take that on the shoulder and we're going to keep it moving. Oh, did she tap my eyes? I'm gonna brush that off. I ain't gonna pay attention like it's nothing. But if a man did that to her, hey, why you touching my? It's a situation. Double standards. We can't help that. Built different. But But the thing about that 2018 narrative, though, is that Me Too movement. And like, I also question some of these percentages. Like they say they have a 2.2 to 8% false and unfounded percent. 2 to 8% is unfounded and false. And like, I mean, something like that's not accounting for some things that people have been blackmailed and things of that nature. Because naturally that's not going to register on any surveys or any results. But like, I mean, how like it's not built and set up to be embraced like as a man as far as harassment is concerned, especially from the opposite sex, because they don't look at you like, yeah, right. You serious? Like I said, it's happening to me right now. It's happening to me right now. So crazy. My HR knows about it. My union knows about it. Yet it continues. They trying. They got what I want. I am that man. But like, even continuing on with these little quick statistics, because the numbers declined from 7,609 to 5,581 from 2018 to 2021. Damn, I'm kidding. I kind of, yeah. So it decreased like by $2,000, and then rose to 7,732 in 23. Let's see what happened in 23 socially. Like hip hop artists and things of that nature came out around then. What type of movements were coming out around then as far as how to trick men out they shit? We don't get into that though. But you mean I'm just overall though. Even like general patterns in industry. Across most industry, women filed disproportionately a lot more than men. In men dominant sectors like transportation, construction, and technology, women still file much more, even though it's relative to their presence in the industry. So like, despite them being completely, naturally, utterly outnumbered in the field that they're in, they still report the shit of like, hey, this motherfucker's doing this. And like, naturally, the man is always guilty first and innocent later. I mean, we seen that naturally being the most prevalent. The Johnny Depp. The Me Too ain't have a leg to stand on after that shit. Because like, nah, motherfuckers need to be investigated. False allegations need to be fucking handled. For people who file false allegations, there should be some form of punishment. Period. Point fucking blank. How many people's lives have been ruined from false allegations? Men specifically. And we see this all throughout time, which is crazy, bananas. But as I move forward, you know what I'm saying? Like, women have filed 78.2 of the 27,291 SA charges between 2018 and 21. So out of the 98,411 through that same span, they account for 62.2% of harassment of any basis. So that's origin, religion, nationality. So out of all that, still 62%. It's fucking bananas. Because it's easy. It's easy to do that in the workplace. I've been baited into conversations thinking like, okay, you're comfortable in talking to me. And then the next day I end up in an HR office. We heard you had a conversation and they felt uncomfortable. The fuck? They started the conversation. But yet, I'm guilty until I can prove my innocence. It's fucking crazy. Like, man, it blows my mind. Like, it really does. Like, the most common essay charges alleged in the states that are most common are the most common issues are discharges, which is 48.3%, harassment, non-sexual, at 33.2%, terms and conditions, 32.5%, constructive discipline, 20.9%. And yeah, that's what I got for that. And the sources for all this information is us.gov, the EEOC, integrated mission systems, and charge data. You can go to any of those profound places and look up this information. Because unlike the individual that called themselves presenting last night, not having any real places for you to look any of this information up, for a reason, there's a reason behind that. Because that shit pissed me off. Like, yeah, you know, like, no. And you're spreading disinformation, like, I wouldn't say disinformation. Not enough equal information. You are spreading gender bias subconsciously. I mean, well, it'd be subconscious or conscious. Either or, you're doing it. And like, it's so crazy that my university is okay with this. Like, you mean, like, do you not hear this? Do y'all not feel like there's something wrong with this? Like, what the fuck? I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. Like, this shit is crazy. You mean, like, yeah, I don't know. I don't understand. Because, like, even looking at it all, even like if you looking at the whole entire census, 82 of women, 42 of men report. And naturally, I would probably increase the men at least 50. Like, at least 55, 65. If we were to actually report half of what we go through. Suffice it to say. And if anyone disagrees, please leave it in the comments. Please leave it in the comments. We can have a conversation about it. But I'm not wrong. You can look these statistics up for yourself. All of it. Everything I just went through in here, you can look this shit up. I just gave you the sources. And like, it's so crazy. Like, she's out here teaching kids. Man, it's so fucking wrong. Like, anybody that has like children at uni high, I would investigate some of the things that they're teaching your children. Like, because they're creating bias, extreme bias. I mean, because that travels down the line, it grows, it festers by supplementing. I mean, not supplementing, Lord Jesus. I just lost the word now. But this is real as it gets. I'm not gonna cut anything, tape anything, but y'all know where I was going with that. But nonetheless, this is what I'm seeing and dealing with, and I'm like, fuck that. I gotta say something. I gotta get this out here. People need to be made aware. Because like, I can give off another. I've been terminated. I've been terminated for having my own personal opinion in a subject I was having with another employee. Why the owner was sitting in the lobby, and the owner did not like my view of the subject matter, and she had the store manager try to fire me the next day. Like, the store manager called me later on the day I got off work, and she was like, "Hey, can you come in a little bit early tomorrow?" Nah, I already feel this energy. I'm good with that. No, we right here on the phone. Let's talk about it. Well, they said your language is a bit. So you're terminating me. Okay. And this was the next day. She didn't like my views. She didn't like my perspective. So she terminated me. So fucking crazy. And it's so convenient. And there's this shit right here. It's this shirt. This company right here. But yeah, I mean, like, I've been termed for throwing away a piece of paper because I made a complaint against the director of HR for a gaming business, for a gaming company. I try to come with some behavior standards, and she was so unprofessional in how she went about it. So I hit the VP up. You mean forgetting and not placing like the VP and the director's tight. So yeah, they found quick reason. My first violation as a manager, I got terminated from 2.5 years of employment. A multi-store manager at that. Man, it's crazy, right? Like, but like these are the things I've gone through as a man. Like, so nuts, so crazy. Let's see if I had some tits, and sorry but not sorry. I'm just saying. I feel like when I post this on YouTube, I gotta put like, share, or subscribe. You know what I mean? Because I plan on releasing a lot more of this type of content of things that hit my mind, and I'm gonna try to shoot these videos on site and on scene of when I have these thoughts. So when I receive these downloads of information and how I want to proceed to go about it, pause for that cause. Yes, I'm gonna put this out. I'm gonna get it out here. Like even like moving forward with this like this harassment, like I know that I'm going through at work. I'm gonna start sharing it with y'all. Like every step, I'm gonna show some documents, and like they're gonna look funny. I mean, like I got a no call, no show. I got a hit for a no call. Well, it's a what was that? Verbal, written, whatever the fuck it is. Whatever they want to call it, whatever. No call, no show. But I was 40. What they say? I was 45 to an hour late. But I showed up to work. But they call it a no call, no show because they called me. It's okay though. It's all right. I'm dope at what I do. But as I digress through this, I want to end this here because like I'm gonna get into some other shit. But yeah. So if anybody knows of this individual and would like to share this with her, because like this is all about learning. At the end of the day, it's a learning curve. I'm here to put the truth out here. My the name that I embody is Thaddeus the Truth Brown, and like anything that I put out shall be the truth, statistically speaking. Because I have my receipts. I got my receipts. Come on with it. But like, yeah, she needs to be stopped because like there's a lot of information that she's not putting out that should be equal, especially if you're presenting this information to children. You're showing their lack thereof. Why can't you put any videos with men being the victim? It shouldn't be that. It's not that. I could probably find like 2 or 3 within like the next 2 minutes. Like, it's an agenda, man. And it's so crazy. I hope people wise up and see this. Peace. Ashe.